Hi, it's Marie. So I have some good news. As of today, I just signed with my first agency. I've had my eyes on this agency for a long time. Then recently, this Saturday, they had a casting call for new people to come in who were hoping to sign with their agency. I was very happy. I wasn't quite getting ready to submit to agents yet, but this was the agency I wanted to be in. It looked like one of the best agencies where I live. I had enough experience on my resume that I think I was able to compete against all the other actors who were going to be coming in. So a little bit about how it all happened. We signed up for the casting call. I just put in my information on their website. Then they emailed me back, giving me the directions, and then they called to give us a little heads up about what was going to happen. My mom talked a little bit about the projects that I've been in and all the things that I've done. On the day of the audition, I print out my resume and a little snapshot that I've taken, and so that's what I used to bring along with me for the audition. I also prepared a monologue. The link is somewhere in the description so you guys can see the monologue that I prepared. They didn't really require you to bring a monologue. Really, all you had to do was a cold read, which is what you do at most agent meetings. You have a cold read. So, but I wanted to bring a monologue just in case. We got to the place about 30 minutes early, which is such a good idea. I always suggest you get there about 45 to 30 minutes early. I feel my stomach always hurts whenever I'm nervous, so I got a chance to freshen up to go to the bathroom, and I still had 15 minutes left, and it really just felt like I had 15 minutes left because by the time we came in, signed in, started filling out paperwork, we really only had about 15 minutes left, and I got to calm myself down, read my acting books, watch acting material, which is what I do before all of my auditions. So they called everybody who was in the lobby into this big room where they had a lot of chairs set out, and basically they introduced the directors of the agency, and they had us watch a video of all their client successes, and it just kind of reminded me why I wanted to be in this agency. They have had clients do stuff for Walmart, Target, Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, Hollister, a lot of some national commercials, some local commercials, some local shoots, national shoots, and just kind of reminded me this is why this was the agency I wanted to be in. And I just had to make sure that it didn't psych me out or anything, because you know, you really can't let anything get to your mind in an audition. That's the most important thing, is to keep your cool and realize who you are in an audition. Then they split the rooms into two lines for each of the directors. Because I was signed in early, I was the second person signed up on the sign-in sheet. I was the first person to go in, which I think was very good. You didn't have to watch everybody come in and out, and you get to make your first impression on the director. I went into her office. She said hi, she took our stuff, and she had this big board printed up with this cold read commercial on it, which was kind of scary for me because I wear glasses. In case you didn't know, I need glasses, but I just don't wear them. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have my glasses. But I didn't freak out. I just kind of went, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses. Read it, it was a little chopped, but I think it was okay. So she had me slate. Good thing I knew how to slate. And in case you guys don't know what slating is, you basically state your name, your age, and the agency you're with. And if it's not the agency you're with, you just end with your age. So she had me say name, age, and then as if I was with the agency, and then read the cold read. And she's like, okay. And then she asked me to do some modeling poses. I was like, because I don't model, I have never modeled. So I was like, okay, you know, I just kind of thought of some poses that I've seen on posters and shop and in the mall. So I did 3 poses. It was very awkward, but I think it wasn't too bad. What I had to keep in mind was that what an agent is looking for is potential, not necessarily what you have, which is what you have, but also potential. After we did that, she came and talked to us. She looked over my resume, which is I was happy that she looked over my resume, and she was happy to know that I'd done some research and found out about Actors Access, and she's like, oh, that's very good, you know, we don't have even our own clients. Some of them can't find it, so it kind of showed that I was very driven and very hardworking. And she's like, okay, well, there's a lot of potential and you did a lot of things very well. We just need to make sure you have some more on-camera classes. It sounded pretty excited. It sounded like she was very excited about my audition. Talked about a little bit about all the classes that I had done and the training that I've taken. Then she's like, okay, well, this is very good. She talked about what was going to happen if she called back. She was going to call back between a certain time, and if she didn't call back, it means she wasn't interested. She said she sounded like almost like as if she was getting ready to sign me right there, because she's like, okay, well, I would just need some classes and then I was going to have to pay for training. And we're like, oh, that was a big red flag, because you should never ever have to pay for training to be a part of an agency, because basically what the agency is not really selling is representation. What they're really selling is their coaching. So we kind of like, okay, well, we didn't really think it was necessary for me to pay money in case, and what if the training might not even have been good or whatever. We decided to think about that for a little bit, so we went and we called one of our friends who was part of the agency, and she said no, they were going to still accept me even if I didn't take the classes. And so basically today we came in and we signed up. We were very nervous because I didn't want to be scammed. There's no use in paying thousands of dollars for someone who's not going to even represent you. I was very happy about this agency because once a month they fly in agents and casting directors from LA to come and take a look at the talent, and sometimes to represent them, sometimes for future projects, and that was very exciting. Basically, kind of everything I wanted, exactly how I wanted it to go. It was the right agency, the right time. So a couple of tips before I go. Don't audition for an agent if you're not ready. And ready doesn't necessarily mean you have a full resume. It just means you're ready to be represented, you're ready to go out on auditions, you've done everything you can on your own, and you're ready to take the next step. Don't let anybody scam you into paying anything. You shouldn't have to pay for classes to be represented. I mean, it always sounds good, but usually it never is. You don't necessarily have to have headshots for an audition. I don't have any professional headshots as of yet. I'm about to get some very soon. Agents might want you to change your headshots because that's not the kind that they market, or they might want you to take new headshots. So I think it's actually a bad idea to take headshots right before getting signed with an agent, because you might just have to take them over again. You might not want to do that, but you do definitely want to have a resume of all the theater credits, all the film credits, all the projects you've been in, any drama you've been in, any awards for the dramas that you've been in, any dance classes, music classes, acting training, acting workshops, audition workshop, appearances on TV, that kind of stuff. You want to have those all written down in your resume along with your special skills and all that sort of jazz. Agent auditions, don't freak out about them, because it's basically a job interview, and it's basically to see, can the talent and the agent work together so that way it's a win-win situation for both. Can the talent benefit the agent, and can the agent benefit the client, the talent? So can this agent get you on audition, and can you book jobs for the agent to earn money? So those are the most important things for you to learn. I'll make a more specific video about how to get an agent some other time, but I wanted to update you guys. So without further ado, I will be seeing you guys later. Bye.